Hey, yo, what up, Fight World? You a boxing fanatic. I'm back with another one. Davidbenavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. I just finished watching their first press conference till their fight that's happening November 25th in Las Vegas. It's going down.
Hey, yo, what up, you guys? It's your boy Boxing Fanatic, back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest and greatest content.
So, this fight has been long anticipated for the both of them. They both been avoided. No one wanted to fight them. I remember Boo Boo, he was supposed to fight Jamal Charlo. I think it was Jamal Charlo, and he pulled out of the fight at the last minute, the week of the fight, and somehow that fight never, happened, and it looked like they were supposed to be fighting at one particular time, but for some reason it just never happened. And then Davidbenavidez, he's been campaigning at 168 pounds. He's been putting on spectacular performances. No one want to fight him. Everybody been avoiding him. Even Canelo Alvarez don't want to give Davidbenavidez a shot at the titles, which Davidbenavidez is Canelo Alvarez mandatory. And I remember Davidbenavidez being Canelo Alvarez mandatory a while back, a couple of years ago, and for some reason, he was caught, using drugs, and they stripped him of his belt, of his title, and then somehow he moved out of that spot, and then somehow he worked his way back into that spot. So now we at the point now where Davidbenavidez is Canelo Alvarez mandatory once again. The winner out of this fight will, I don't know if Canelo Alvarez I don't know if he's gonna even face Davidbenavidez or Boo Boo, because Canelo Alvarez never wanted to give Boo Boo a shot, and Boo Boo, was on his Shannon and Cannon Briggs, movement, popping up at every Canelo Alvarez press conferences. It's me again. And Canelo Alvarez, told him, get up out of here. And you want payday? I know that. That's where that come from. And Demetrius was showing up at every one of his press conferences. So, for some reason, he avoided that. Never wanted to fight Canelo out. Never wanted to fight Demetrius. So now, here we are. Hopefully, the winner out of these two will get that fight. I don't know if Canelo Alvarez will still fight them, which is kind of like crazy that he don't want to face and fight the best, because he just put up a spectacular performance against Jamal Charlo, who dared to be great and who came up to 2 weight classes from 154 to 168. And Canelo Alvarez, he dominated the fight. And a lot of people said that Charlo just came for a check. But I'm pretty sure if he get in a ring with either those two fighters, they're going to put up a fight. It's not going to be no easy cakewalk fight. It's going to be something spectacular. And the fight that we get in November 25th against Davidbenavidez and Demetrius Andrade, that's going to be I think a better fight than the Canelo Alvarez and the Jamal Charlo fight. That's going to be one of the best fights this year, I think, thus far. Even the fights that Showtime had been putting up, with the Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez and the Davidbenavidez and Anthony Durrell and Caleb Plant versus Canelo, and Ryan Garcia and Tank and Spence and Crawford. This is one of those fights where you must see this, because you don't know what's going to happen in this fight. You got two big hitters at the top of their weight class. Boo Boo coming up from 160 pounds to 168 pounds to campaign and face, one of the top people that, Mike Tyson called the Mexican Monster. And Davidbenavidez, nobody don't want to fight him. And right now, I'm hoping that they get a chance to, settle the, I don't want to say settle the score, that this is gonna be, I think, the best fight out of all the fights that I just named. I know Demetrius, his last fight, I don't want to say his last fight, but the way he looked at against Jason Squigley, when he was fighting with Eddie Hearns and DAZN, Demetrius was putting up, spectacular performances, and Davidbenavidez on Showtime putting up spectacular performances. So Demetrius' last fight was on, he signed that new contract with Al Heyman and Showtime, and his last fight, he looked pretty good. He knocked the dude down 3 times, and he ended up winning. So they both been on a winning streak. But my prediction on this fight, I think, I could kind of see this fight going the way Davidbenavidez and Caleb Plant fought each other. The way Caleb Plant was, winning the first couple rounds, and then after that, Davidbenavidez just took over. Or, I could see Davidbenavidez just dominating and being a bigger and stronger fighter, because, Boo Boo coming up from 160 pounds to 168 pounds, even though I think he had about 1 or 2 fights at that weight class. But Davidbenavidez, he's a big 168 pounds, which I feel like if he go up to 175, he'll dominate there, because he's so big of an opponent. And I mean, I think if I was him, that'll be something that I'd be looking into, because I know he'd be hurting himself just to come down to 168 pounds. I know he might say he cutting the weight well, but I know he growing out of the weight. But I think, how I should see, I don't know. I think Boo Boo should win like the first beginning of the fight. Then Davidbenavidez, I'm gonna just go with a draw on this one. Because they competitive nature that they have, I mean, which is good. But the fight can go either way, It can go either way for either guy. But I don't put nothing past either or. Davidbenavidez could win or Demetrius Andrade. But I'm on the fence with this one, man. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm lost for words, but I know Davidbenavidez on the back end, but I know I can't compare Caleb Plant to Demetrius, because they got 2 different type of fighting styles. And Caleb Plant had the type of fighting style, he was more like trying to get Davidbenavidez off of him, like the punches that he was throwing, like get off me, get off me. But I know Demetrius ain't gonna be doing that. His shots are trying to hurt you. He trying to get you up out of there. So yeah, it could be 50-50 for me. But if I had to put my money on both of the fight, either or, I'm gonna go with Demetrius on this one. Even though I know a lot of people say, well, we haven't seen Demetrius go, 12 rounds or fight a lone competitive fight. Yeah, because he's been knocking them all out. Same thing with Davidbenavidez. He gets his opponents out of there too. So that's why I say this is a must-see TV show, action-packed. You gotta see it to believe it. If not, then I don't know what you're missing. It's going down November 25th. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. One love, one life. I'm out. Peace.
If you enjoy content like this and you want to see more, make sure you like